are one of the poisonous trio. How have you earned this title?
Well, it was given to us from a journalist, a well-known journalist in Bulgaria. Of course, it's not the best, but we have to use it, that's all.
But there's been 90 days of continuous protests in Bulgaria. What is keeping people out in the street?
3 months. It's so clear. We want a new state. We don't want to be under the mafia and corruption that are now in our country. We have to change that.
The European Commission, in its CVM mechanism that looks into the justice system and into progress on combating organised crime in Bulgaria, in their last report they said progress has been made. Do you recognise this progress?
It's a lie. No, it's really the situation is something that you cannot imagine.
Today the European Parliament will debate a resolution on the rule of law in Bulgaria. Is this an important moment for you?
It's extremely important problem, extremely. Because really there is not a really working court in Bulgaria. Maybe there is a strange guy that was chosen for a state prosecutor, and he's working especially for the mafia, not for the people, not for the country.
It is EU money that is feeding these vampires who are sucking the lifeblood out of Bulgarian society, but they're being kept alive and enriched by European money. So that has to stop, it has to be dealt with. It seems that the EPP in particular has protected Borissov's government for long enough in the face of pretty blatant corruption now and non-adherence to the rule of law.
We've been meeting weekly every Sunday from 12 till 2 since July. Pretty much since July. So for the past 2 months, we've been supporting our countrymen's protesting in Bulgaria by doing solidarity protests in Brussels here on Schumann. As I said, we started from July. We're here every week.
And is there a large Bulgarian diaspora here in Brussels?
There is, of course. We're a bit spread out throughout the country. We are not all in the same city, but we've had people join us from other cities, from Ghent, from Antwerp. Obviously, people travel, but we've had a faithful following of supporters.
And there are other countries where you'll find these protests?
Absolutely. So actually, this is one of the new features of these protests, how international they have gone. So the Bulgarian diaspora in Vienna, in London, in Canada, in the United States, other European capitals that I'm forgetting, of course, have been very organized in their efforts to show that this protest is supported by a wide cut of Bulgarian society. The fact that we are not physically in Bulgaria does not prevent us from supporting the efforts of our countrymen, and we fully support their demands, which are resignation of the government, resignation of the prosecutor general, reform, rule of law, and actually lustratia, which is a word we say in Bulgarian, which is basically cleaning up of the old communist elite who we don't want represented in our current politics. We want new faces, honest faces, not people with a background.